Okay, let me ask you something. Think about your day, your job, your projects. What is that one thing, that one process that just always slows everything down? You know the one, that frustrating delay that makes you want to pull your hair out. Got it? Good. Hold on to that thought because today we are going on a hunt.
That's right. Today, we're grabbing our magnifying glasses and putting on our detective hats. We are diving deep into the hidden world of operations to crack the supply chain code and solve a mystery that pretty much every business deals with. Because, you see, in any business, it doesn't matter if you're shipping boxes or writing code, there is a hidden culprit at work. It's this invisible force that's quietly slowing you down, secretly racking up costs, and worst of all, really frustrating your customers. Our job today is to find it and unmask it. So, our first order of business is to identify our target. Now, this isn't some random glitch in the system. Oh no, this thing has a name. We are officially on the hunt for bottlenecks. So what exactly is a bottleneck? Well, picture a super busy 3-lane highway where all the traffic suddenly has to merge into a single lane. It doesn't matter how fast the cars were going before that point, right? The entire flow is now dictated by that one single congested spot. It's like a kink in a garden hose. The whole system slows to a trickle. And here's the really tricky part. These bottlenecks can hide literally anywhere in the supply chain. You can think of this as our map of the crime scene. A bottleneck could be lurking in procurement. Maybe a supplier just can't keep up. It could be in manufacturing, with one old machine that's way slower than everything else. Or maybe it's in distribution, with a delivery truck that's always stuck in traffic. They are masters of disguise. All right, once we have our map, it's time to start following the clues. To really get a handle on this culprit, we need to understand the full extent of the damage it's causing. Because this isn't just about being a little bit slow. The impact is way bigger and way more destructive than you might think. The damage from a bottleneck, well, it spreads like ripples in a pond. It's not just about time, causing delays. It drives up your costs. Think overtime pay, expedited shipping fees. It hurts your quality. Because when people rush to catch up, they make mistakes. And ultimately, all of this hits the one person you can't afford to upset, your customer, who gets fed up with the delays and the unreliable service. And believe me, the financial damage can be absolutely staggering. Now, this isn't some made-up number. For a regular mid-sized company, a single ignored bottleneck in a critical area can easily cost over $500,000 a year. That's a real price tag, made up of lost sales, inefficiency, and just plain wasted resources. That's what happens when you ignore the clues. So this all leads us to the single most important question any operational detective has to ask. It's not just about finding any old bottleneck. Nope. It's about finding the ones that have the highest strategic impact. Which traffic jam is causing the biggest pileup? That's the one we need to find. And to do that, we need a solid interrogation technique. We need a way to get past all the surface-level stuff and find out what's really going on. And one of the best tools in our entire detective kit is a simple but super powerful method called the 5 whys. So let's just walk through it. It's super simple. You start with the problem. Let's say the customer's delivery was late. Okay, first question, why? Because the product assembly line was delayed. Interesting. So second question, why was it delayed? Because we were missing a key component. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Third question, why were we missing it? Because it was never ordered. Getting warmer. Fourth question, why wasn't it ordered? Because our inventory system didn't tell us we were low. And now for the final, big one, the 5th why, because the system is totally outdated and needs a manual check every day, and somebody just forgot. And boom, there it is. We didn't just solve a late order. We exposed the real culprit, a busted system. Now, once we've identified our culprit and we've uncovered its deepest motives using our 5 whys interrogation, we can't just stop there. It is time to craft the master plan to neutralize this threat and make sure it never, ever comes back. A really effective plan always has 2 parts. First up, you have your short-term fix. This is kind of like putting a Band-Aid on the problem. Reallocating some people, maybe authorizing some overtime. It helps relieve the immediate pressure and it buys you some time. But the real win, the championship move, is the long-term solution. That's where you address the root cause we just found. Like, say, finally upgrading that ancient inventory system. That's the thing that prevents this whole mess from ever happening again. And today, our arsenal for these long-term fixes is more powerful than it's ever been. Technology gives us some absolutely incredible tools. We're talking smart inventory systems that would have prevented that whole ordering mistake we just walked through, logistics software that can automatically find routes around traffic jams, and even predictive analytics that can warn you about a potential bottleneck before it even happens. It's like having a crystal ball. But look, a good detective knows their job isn't over just because they caught one bad guy. The real goal is to set up a system that prevents future crimes from happening in the first place. So this final step is all about winning the long game. In the business world, this is our surveillance system. It's built on what are called key performance indicators, or KPIs. Really, they're just numbers that tell us if we're hitting our most important targets. By constantly watching metrics like our on-time delivery rate or the total lead time, we can spot the warning signs of a new bottleneck starting to form and jump on it early. This is our early warning system. And the payoff for all this detective work? It is huge. Just look at this. Before the fix, this company's on-time delivery rate was only 72%. That means more than 1 out of every 4 customers was left waiting and unhappy. But after they identified and solved just one of these bottlenecks, that rate shot up to 95%. That is a massive, massive improvement in performance, and more importantly, in customer trust, all from solving one puzzle. But at the end of the day, dashboards and data can't solve problems by themselves. The ultimate solution, the thing that makes all of this work long-term, is creating a culture of continuous improvement. That's where everyone on the team feels empowered to be a detective, to constantly ask why, and to work together to make the whole system better, every single day. And that brings us right back to where we started. That key question isn't just for this explainer. It's for you. Take a look at your own work, your own company's processes. Where are those hidden bottlenecks slowing you down? And now that you know how to find them, what are you going to do to finally crack the code?